Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Corbin. We're back at it again. We're on Halo again today, because that's all we play here. Not really, um, but today I actually have a video that I've been wanting to make for a couple of days now. That I'm like, you know what, fucker, go ahead and do it because you keep saying you're going to, and then you never do. And I need to just get better at fulfilling the things that I want to do and the things that I want to talk about. Because not only am I here to make cool playthrough content and goofy ass videos, I'm here to also do some fucking just opinion videos, things that I want to talk about, just regular old commentary, because goddamn do I just love a good old commentary. Alright, well, this is a bad fight. I don't want to be in anymore. Please let me get around the corner. Never mind, I can't even do that. But anyway, so today we are going to be talking about Halo Infinite in 2024 and some predictions that I think are going to be going off the game, some quality of life improvements I would like to see, and just overall how I think the game this year is going to go. Now, I would like to say that as someone who plays a fuckload of Halo, I hope this game does great this year. And I hope, honestly, what we get is them continuing on what they started this year with this game, which was really bringing it back to life and from the dead, which I honestly think is one of the best things that's happened this year for me personally when it comes to gaming, is seeing Halo come out of a slump that it's been in for a good while and watching everything come back to fruition that it needed to be. And this year, some things that I'm hoping to see: one, whenever we get Season 6, I hope it's just fucking good. I hope there's a lot of really cool content that comes with it. I've really liked the themes that they have went with. Honestly, in every season, I think the themes have been pretty cool. I think the only one I wasn't the biggest fan of was season, I think it was 3? Yeah, 3. 3's probably been my least favorite. I don't know, it just didn't, I don't know. I didn't fuck with it too much. I still think it's, like, aesthetically not my favorite, and hopefully they don't, you know, I think if they do something like that again, where it's, like, this very, very technical kind of, like, advanced-looking, like, aesthetic for that season. If they do something like that again, I hope they do it better than what they did for that season, because I feel like that season just felt very lackluster. But who knows? Maybe they'll do it again and fucking pop off with it, which honestly I'm fine with that too, because I like seeing stuff do well, and if it looks cool, it looks cool, and if it's something that I want to play and enjoy, I'm gonna be doing that. Of course, if there's a season that I don't enjoy, or if I take a break, I'm not gonna be forcing myself to play a fuckload, because I just don't do that. I don't force myself to play shit that I don't want to play, because well, that's not why I play games. I don't play it to force myself to do anything. I play it because I'm currently enjoying that title. No matter how big or small that title is, if I enjoy it, I'm gonna be playing it. Also, what the fuck is this? Why am I the only one with kills? Like, I'm not even doing that great either. Like, I'm playing pretty shittily, but what the I was like, we have 5 points and that's it? And it's all me? But anyway, so to get back into that and to talk further about things that I would just like to see this year coming to Halo Infinite as a game. I actually talked about this a little bit on stream tonight, and something that I think is a very big, like, quality of life improvement that we just really fucking need. Map voting. That is a huge one for me, especially as someone who plays this game damn near daily. I would just like to have the ability to vote for the maps that I want to play. I think having that kind of thing would be really, really cool. It would also give the developer some look and insight of what maps are good and what maps are not that good, and maps that people like, and what's popular currently within the game, which I think is a huge thing for every game. If there's no good maps and no way to tell what maps are good and popping, then, well, what's the point of continuously adding maps? Because you don't know what's doing good and what designs are good and things of that nature, so okay, well, I'm getting fucked here. But yeah, that is one thing that I would really like to see come this year, is map voting. It's just needed. And on stream also, I was looking over some lists of just the maps that are within this game, and I started noticing a common theme of, like, damn, I don't really get any of these maps that often as I do other maps and such. Like, it's overall something that is just a net win for everybody. We get more maps to play, and we get them more commonly, instead of, like, I feel like I get the same 3 maps quite fucking frequently. And usually it's like one new seasonal map that you'll get quite a bit, which I've noticed this season is, I think it's called Forbidden, I think is what it's called. I get it quite a bit, and then you'll get just like one of the base, like 2 or 3 of the base maps quite often on top of that. Like, for example, I wanted to say this and save it for a video, but I was wanting to try out the new snow map that had came out, the new Christmas map that they had added. Just because it looked cool, and I like playing that seasonal shit because it's the seasonal thing. It's not going to be in the game forever. It's just like oh, hey, this is here for, you know, that holiday or that holiday season, whatever it may be. So I had been trying to get it for like 3 days, and literally I've got to play it 1 time. That's it. 3 days, and I've got to play it 1 time. And I'm like, damn, I've been getting the same maps for like 3 fucking days. Why can't I get that? Oh yeah, there's no map voting. There's no way for me to skip a map or just simply not vote for that map to be picked that round. And there's just not a way to do that in this game, and I feel like the game would only profit from that. It's the same as with COD in recent years. People are like, why the fuck is there no map voting? Like, there used to be map voting in every COD. Why is it just all of a sudden gone and non-existent? Like it's a bad thing almost, and it's just not. Map voting is always a win. It literally gives the players exactly the maps that they want to play, and it also allows for developers to look at what maps are not good and possibly ask for community feedback of, hey, what do you all not like about this map? What can we do to make this a better experience for you all? To me, that all sounds like a win. There's no losing there. It's just learning what your player base likes and what they want from a future development or a future DLC or whatever it may be, add-on, season, anything of that nature. And I just don't see how that can be a bad thing at all. Like, to be completely honest with y'all, I just think that's a win overall for all of us. Also, not winning that fight, I would have been embarrassed. Whoop. Okay, we're gonna slide out of here really quick. Sorry, because I'm now focused really quick on getting that kill. Okay, well, I'll take the assist on that, I guess. But yeah, map voting. I hope we fucking get it this year. It is needed, and I think it's a pretty big complaint amongst a lot of players that a lot of maps don't ever get, like, put in rotation. You just don't really see them that often. And like I said, it's only a win for us. My second thing that I would really like to see come around this year would be challenges. And no, I'm not talking about weeklies and dailies and shit like that. That's already in the game. That's already here. I don't need that expanded upon. I mean, would I like to see a couple more weeklies and dailies? Yes. But I like how they do the weeklies where it's like, hey, there's this thing that's in here that you can't get unless you do this. And it's like, okay, sure, fuck it, let's do it. And they're constantly adding new shit to the weeklies, and I'm fine with that. That's cool. I would like to see more daily challenges, personally. I feel like there's just the one a day, which is to play a game. Give me more daily challenges to do. Give me like 3, 4, or 5 to do. And then, you know, maybe throw in something for that as a seasonal objective. That's a big thing that I'm going to harp on here, is a seasonal objective. And by that, I mean seasonal challenges. For example, please don't get mad at me, Halo fan base. Please don't hate me for what I'm about to say here, because I know to some people it's sacrilege to mention this game, and I don't care. It has its good ups and downs, and personally, I enjoy the game. But Fortnite, for example, has seasonal challenges, as well as seasonal milestones that you can meet every single season to earn XP. Give us something like that. And to take that even a step further, where people may not want to take it, give me just in-game challenges. Like, oh, get this many kills with this weapon, or play this mode, or things of that nature. Give me things where it is a grind. Give me the ability to be a completionist, because in this game I just don't feel that completionist urge like you used to get from older Halos. Like even Halo Reach had stuff like that, and personally to me I think that's a really big thing in all games, is having things that are worthwhile to complete. And if you don't have those, you're really missing out on a big market of things. Like, remember that the game fucking ended actually, and that was a very odd game. But as you can see, I'm on this pass right now, so that's why I just haven't bought the extra thing, because I don't know if I'm going to or not. But you usually have, I think it's like 7 or 8 weekly challenges. And then you do, and you get that ultimate thing. That's pretty cool. And it's usually like, do this in certain murders, get these kills with these weapons, deal damage, and then the last one's like, get this many kills or win this many games. And then your daily is always the same thing, which is play one game. That's it. One game. Which is nothing. That's one of the easiest things that you can do is literally load up a game. You could be AFK and somehow complete the game and still get that. But seriously, give me a thing here. It says challenges. Give me like mastery challenges, game mode challenge, whatever it may be. And I get it. People are like, oh, well, that's like Call of Duty. Yeah, but it's just something to do. It's something to where the game has possibilities of, oh, I can just go earn this stuff. It gives me a reason to continue playing, and that only does good for the community. It gives the players more playtime, and it gives people the opportunity to be like, oh, there's stuff to do in this game. Why don't I go try it out? It increases player base, and it gives like an interactive moment of the community. And what's really cool is if you put things behind it, like let's say certain emblems or pieces of gears or like color waves that you can throw in your character, it gives that completionist aspect to it of, oh, you have to do this to earn it. And that's only a good thing. I'm not saying give me a fucking camo ground like there is in Call of Duty every year. That I don't really care about. Just give me things that I can earn to show where I'm at in a player base. To show the things that I have completed to show to others. Like, hey, I have done this. Not just ranked. Ranked, yes, you get like the little emblems and the calling cards and all that stuff, which is cool, and that's fine. And I think that stuff should stay in ranked. I think it's a really good thing to have in that type of mode. Like, there's no losing to that. That's only a net positive. It gives somebody something to grind for. Is going up to those ranks and getting those little things that they can show off on their account of, hey, look where I got this season. That's a win. That is an overall net positive win. But give the player something to do. On the side of that, give us just challenges for certain modes, or give us objectives we have to do in games, like, oh, you have to get this many kills with the sniper rifle, or get kills like this, just things to do. Give me an objective when I hop into a game of, oh yeah, I can complete this game, why don't I just go for it? Like, you know, give me things like, oh, get a certain amount of ninjas, or a certain amount of assassins, or a certain amount of melee kills, or kills with the, for example, battle rifle, or AR and pistol, and just stuff like that. There's a lot to do in Halo. You surely can give me things to get for doing those said things, and there's absolutely no losing to that. Like I said, no matter what, that is a net positive and a net win for everybody involved. You know, just in the full community. Like, there's nothing bad about having those kinds of things in a game. In fact, all it does is give people more reasons to play that said game. So, hear me out here, 343. Do those things, and I promise you, it would be so great for the community. People are like, oh shit, there's a lot to do this season. There's things for me to accomplish, and I'm hoping with the turn of cheek that 343 has had, I hope we do start seeing more things like that, where we get things in the seasons where, you know, you can complete it this season and it like gives you a special thing, you know, something outside of the battle pass. Like, the battle pass is cool and all. I love that. But, for example, like with Fortnite, you have, like, the seasonal quest, or the seasonal character to unlock, which is really fucking cool. I mean, it's something just that season that you can earn. There's no way to get it other than playing that season, which is a good way to maintain a player base. Like, it literally just gives me an excuse to play that season. Overall, that's a fucking net positive. And other things I'd like to see this season, I mean, I think a more variety of game modes would be pretty cool. I think in every kind of mode, I feel like it'd be cool if, instead of having just like a Social Slayer playlist, maybe have like the Social FFA playlist, because there's a lot of modes that I really liked playing in the original Lone Wolves edition of Free For All they had into this game that just I can't play anymore, which kind of sucks, and I do want to play them because I'm like, oh, these were really fun modes to play, and I would like to get back into them. Like a lot of the goofy, like, you know, the shoddy snipes in FFA, I think is a really cool thing, and I personally am a big fan of it. As somebody who loves shoddy snipes, I just would like to see it back, so it gives me an opportunity to play that kind of mode again. And outside of that, like, I mean, there's not really a lot that I need in that case. Just simple additions to game modes. Give us more party modes to play. I think those are really fun for, like, weeklies. Is like, oh, here's the weekly party mode that you can play. If you, like, want to, of course. Like, you can hop in and play this party mode this weekend. Maybe, like, give an objective around it of, like, you play this many modes in this thing this week, earn, like, this much XP, or earn a calling card, or whatever the hell it may be. Just, you know, yet again, it's the completionist aspect. Give us stuff to do. But other than that, outside of the things I would like to see added, what do I think this year is going to entail for Fallout, or Fallout, I meant Halo Infinite. Because I have I have this video in mind, and I also have a 76 video I have on my mind, because I'm just going to be making some videos talking about the games that I play quite a bit, and I would like to see shit from. But what would I like to see this year? And what do I think is going to happen with future seasons? Because, as we all know, Season 6 will be coming out in the near future, so we have that to look forward to. And, you know, I would like to see Season be on that same level of Season 5. Just give us more additions to things that we want in the game. Like I said, there's no losing to it. Hey, as long as 343 continuously listens to the community, then I think we're pretty set in stone and going to be doing pretty well when it comes to in-game content, when it comes to, you know, the overall multiplayer experience for players. I think as long as they continuously listen the way that they have been, I think the game's just going to continuously get better. So, overall, we're winning, boys. We are catching a W. And guess what, brother? I'm all here for it. Oh, okay. I missed that. That's great. I missed that, too. I got that shot, though. I killed Bonanza Man, or whatever the fuck his name was. Alright, well, that happened. What the fuck happened there? Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, man, I love this map for this mode particularly. Also, why are we, like, I'm not even doing that great, and we're still somehow winning this. That's what we call an S-tier gamer. Me. What the f- Huh? But, yeah, back to my fucking topic of wherever the fuck I was, because, you know, I get distracted because I don't know, I'm a little gaming boy. I can get a little distracted when I do little cool things sometimes, or little goofy shits. Not saying that shit's goofy. Always take a shit seriously. Bye. Rip. Damn, they are all harping on that midsection like a motherfucker. And I know that I'm gonna have probably some replies to the whole aspect of, like, oh, well, there's already stuff for completing, like, the story on certain difficulties and shit like that. Like, yeah, that's there, but what do I do once that's done? Like, give me more. And I don't think that's, like, a super needy thing to ask for. I think it's just, like, give me a reason to continuously play this game even after I complete shit. And after I've, you know, hit certain like milestones in the game. I just wanted to do that, like, really satisfied something in me. Whoop. Boys, do we get the second flag delivered too? Let's go, let's get it. Big dub. But yeah, I think that's where I'm sticking this year, is as long as 343 continuously listens to the community and what we want, I think this year is going to be a massive year for Halo. And I mean, we are already kind of seeing it this year as well, or at least in 2023 we were really seeing it, and a lot of people are like, oh, this game is finally getting to where it's needed to be since launch. And I know 343 has had their issues, and, you know, to a degree that's not even an excuse, but it you know, has to be taken into account when it comes to a dev team, and they've had a lot of issues. It's just how it's been. Is the game has had its fair share of hiccups and bad moments that, you know, had to be addressed and had to be fixed and such. And, you know, I'm happy we're finally getting to a point to where that is a you know, foreseeable thing, where these problems that they've had since the launch of Halo Infinite are actually starting to be addressed properly and finally fixed and looked after. And like I said, I think if it continues on this way going into this most recent year of 2024, I think it'd be a great year for Halo, and I think Halo could really come back to its former glory days. And I'm like I said, we're kind of already seeing it, you know, with the revival from Season 5, which has been honestly amazing, and I love that Halo is becoming kind of a bit of a spotlight game again. People are like, oh my god, Halo is fun again. And it's been rough for a hot while. It really was like at a very low point, and a point where I was like, damn, if we even gonna have Halo that much longer, just because of how things were going for it, which really concerned me because I've been playing Halo for so long. To me, it's a staple series. It is the Xbox household name. You know, as much as I love Gears of War and everything, Halo has been the household name. And it's because Halo was accessible. It was very easy to pick up and just play for hours on end compared to a game like Gears of War, which had a bit of a learning curve to it with the multiplayer and the combat aspect of that game. While to most I know it's pretty straightforward and easygoing, it's definitely much different than Halo. It's definitely much more demanding and much more competitive than, you know, than this game. So yeah, I definitely look at Halo as like the Xbox title, and it will always be the thing that Xbox has, or now Microsoft, because I'm playing on PC now, which makes it clearly just not just an Xbox title anymore. But it'll always be the Microsoft like baby, and I personally am a big fan of that. I like having this game as like the Microsoft thing. I think it's just great, and to me, it's a series that I hope kind of really doesn't die. And you know, I know some people say like, well, what if they finish the story of Master Chief? Like, yes, that will probably end up happening at some point or another. But here's the thing, is the world of Halo is so robust and so big that even if and after they finish that story with Master Chief, there's other things that they can do. And plus, there's not a multiplayer experience like Halo that does what Halo does as well as Halo does it. That's kind of the thing with Halo, is, yes, the campaigns are cool, the story's cool, and everybody loves that stuff. But really it is the multiplayer where Halo does shine more than anything. Is that multiplayer aspect where it's that super fast, arcadey, you know, style of game. And it's just perfect. There's no other game that gives me that feeling like Halo does other than Splitgate, to be honest. Which was actually a really big surprise with that game when I originally started playing it. And that's really been the only thing that's come close to that. Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't be using a sniper anymore. But yeah, that's really the only game I can ever think of that's like, that's kind of giving me the same vibe as Halo did back in the day. And was really actually my main game until I started playing Infinite again and was like, oh, this game's actually really good. And despite the rough patches of Infinite, because I will, and I want to talk about them, this was the most Halo that we had got in years. You know, 343 had always had kind of like a rough history with the Halo series, and it really was pretty damn bad for a while. So having this game was actually a really good step for them, gameplay wise and everything. It just felt like Halo again, and it still does. There was just definitely some missing components with the game that were very much noticeable as soon as you would start playing it. With modes missing and just certain things that like it should have been here from the get-go. And I will say I've noticed that they are trying to fix that here. So hopefully they continue to do that. I think that's where I can leave off on it, is hopefully they continue to just strive and fix the issues that are prominent in this game, and just continue making it an overall better experience, making it the Halo that we always should have had. And I know to some people they've kind of lost hope with 343 over the years. I personally haven't. I've always been like, I really do hope they give us a game that I like, and that we all like. I mean, the Master Chief Collection, as great as it is, I think it's an amazing thing that Xbox needs to do, especially with the Gears of War series. Give us a Phoenix Collection. Give us that original trilogy, and possibly Judgment. But overall, like, the Master Chief Collection didn't have a great launch. It was super shaky on the get-go of that game's launch. The multiplayer just basically didn't fucking work. And really all you had was campaigns that were legendary, but it's not... As a multiplayer player, it's not the thing that attracts most Halo players. Like, yes, people love the campaigns. What people really come back to is the multiplayer of Halo, because it's a very special thing that no other series can do like Halo, which has always been a really, like, outstanding thing to me. I think that Halo might sound weird to some, is coincides with Counter-Strike. Those are the only two games that can do that style, and just it's its own thing. Like that you have no one goes like, oh, this is like a COD ripoff, because like everybody has done it. But you play games that are like Counter, oh, this is like blatantly ripping off Counter-Strike, or you play games that are like has like, oh, this is like clearly ripping Halo. It's kind of its own identity, and having those kind of coincide and having Halo kind of come back into the limelight. I mean, recently I think on the Xbox charts it took over as the #1 played game, which is to me just really cool to see, because I'm like, oh, cool, these kids are catching on, because there's a whole generation of gamers that have come after me, and I think it's kind of really cool to see that become more of a thing of these new kids getting into games and being like, well, let's try this out. I've heard of this before, but let's give it a shot. And it's really cool to see that, and I've even noticed it like whenever I'm streaming in chat, like there's a couple of younger kids that'll stop by and be like, oh yeah, this is like my first Halo I've ever played. I'm like, you know, that's cool. You should also play the other ones too. Like, I know they don't look as good as this one, but just go give them a shot. See where this came from. And I'm always going to advocate for that, because I think going back through and playing the original games is a very big step to really appreciate a series for what it's become. And hopefully this one continues doing things like that. I know this video is going to be on the longer end. It's going to be about 30 minutes long. And trust me, I don't intend to keep most videos long. This is just me talking about the year that I want for Halo. And hopefully the game comes back, and hopefully it continues coming back the way that it has been, and really takes its name back as the arcade shooter legend that it always has been. And you know, I'll have plenty more to talk about this year. We have more seasons to come. We have more events coming. I just need the fuck out of my desk and it hurt like a motherfucker. But yeah, we have more events that are going to be coming this year. We have more seasons. We have more shit just coming out in general, more than likely, for the game. I think once the winter contingency is over, which is in, I think, 27 or 26 days, we'll probably be getting the stuff for season 6 coming out. So that's going to be a really fun thing to go over. I can't wait to be on that grind with you all. And especially if you enjoy the grinding elements of games and not just buying through a battle pass completely, you found your fucking spot for that. I do that just because I enjoy the aspect of unlocking everything myself. I just think it's fun, and it gives me something to look forward to, something to progress towards, and brings in that grind element into my head. So I expect some really fucking long streams from that, like 6 to 8 hours, because, you know, it's just what I do. And outside of that, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I love you all. Yeah, it's 3:35. I should probably go to bed. I'm tired. Yeah. Later, dudes.